layout inside the ship similar to this building, or you may stay in a dormitory in this KAIST campus. So you may imagine the layout of your dormitory room and also whole floor of your dormitory. That is we call the arrangement. Very similar to a building, a shipbuilding. That's why they are saying shipbuilding. So layout they call this a general arrangement. So basic principle. So where to locate? This room is a rather big size, medium size classroom, and then staircase is inclined, right? Inclined, and the size is some medium size. So how the designer, the architect, when they design this building, decide where to locate? Near the stairway, near the elevator. So he decides, and how many, right? This is a arrangement problem, but there are conflicts. Example is engine of the ship is a big, and usually they use a diesel engine, big size diesel engine. So this is creating very high level noise, and also temperature is high, and many times it gives you vibration coming from the engine, diesel engine. So for a small power yacht means not sailing yacht. Sailing only yacht means there is no engine. It says power yacht means there is an engine inside, in addition to the sailing. Right? So sail and engine together. That's better, because if sometimes you go out to the big ocean, there is no wind, then you cannot move, right? So at that kind of a situation, you can use engine for the emergency case. Right? Small power yacht, but small size, so the engine location, because engine is not small, and also it creates problems, noise and vibration, and then it conflict with the positioning of cabin accommodation, because yacht usually is for fun, leisure, right? Not for business. So that the cabin accommodation is most important, right? Relax, quiet, comfortable accommodation is most high priority for that yacht. And then engine is just beside, then it is not so good. But engine requires some space because it is small, right? Very similar to your car, your passenger car. Location of an engine and seat, passenger driver seat, and designers should locate, right? And then no two designers will come up with the same answer. This is a very general, something you can think about fashion designer, or house designer, right? Or smartphone designer, or simple design, or chair design. Every person has his own preference, right? Own style, own philosophy. So answer is different, similar to shipbuilding too. So designers in general, they need experience and creative work for conflict and also philosophy. This is arrangement drawing, right? So there are 3 key drawings for a ship. We will learn about this one, but anyway, we learn about general arrangement today, and then lines and midship section drawing. This is the 3 key drawings for a ship designer. Right? And general arrangement. This is one drawing. And lines means outer surface shape of ship. So that is contacting the water. Right? This is because it is important for supporting buoyancy, size, and also resistance when it's running, right? And then also motion when wave is coming. So outer skin surface is important. It is important for car to also, right? Automatic car, when you design a high-speed motor racing car, the aerodynamics is important. Right? Also, lane motion. Motion is not important for the hydrodynamics of the surface. Also important for, say, airplane. Right? Airplane also need a good aerodynamic shape for less resistance and less movement when there is a fluctuating wind is coming. Right. So this is a general arrangement, and midship section. Mid section is for the structural design. So this is a hydrodynamic, and this is a structural design, structural strength, and this is something like general. That's why they say general. So it can be economy and also capacity and then convenience all together inside here. General arrangement. Where to locate this room, where to locate a staircase, where to locate the elevator, where to locate the boiler room, where to locate a dining room, restaurant, right? Or bathroom too. Bathroom is also important. Toilet location. Right? How many? So that kind of thing is related with this one. But this is outer skin, so it is very important for hydrodynamics. And this is a midship section drawing. For me, if I'm a ship, or if you think about this one as a ship, then the midship section is cutting into the middle body, and then see the sectional shape of this middle body. We call this a midship section drawing. When you expect of CT scan of my body, then you can see my midship section, right? In the medical imaging. Very similar. But because ship is rather slender, we call it slender, long enough, right? So that bending is most weakest point. That's why midship section, structural point of view, midship section is the most important point. So these are key 3 drawings. And one of them is general arrangement of 3,300 TU container ship. Did I explain about TU? TU? What is TU? Transfer unit. Similar but not exact meaning. I did not explain to you, right? Size of container box. Right. Standard container box has a standard size, and most popular one is a 20 feet length. The other 2 dimension, the sectional shape is same, almost same, but the length is different. But most popular one is a 20 foot length, and the other one is 40 foot. So 20 and 40. So it's just a doubling, right? If the cross section is same, only length is twice, right? And TU, it means 20 foot equivalent unit. So how many TUs, how many 20-foot containers can be carried by this container ship, right? So 40 length container can be 2 TEU, right? 2 TEU. If you are a little bit conscious about this kind of thing, you remember how the cargoes inside the airplane is moving. Can you remember this? You carry your carriage, your box, luggage, 1 or 2, right, per person. And then how can they loading onto the airplane? Can somebody answer this? No observation? They also use container inside the airplane. You fly. Right. Next time you have a chance, then you observe this. And that container is very different. Smaller, and then shape is not box. Similar to box, but one section is cutted. Next time I can bring the image of this. Anyway, that is a standardization, right? Standardization of cargo. Inside that airplane container, maybe your luggage can be about 20 or 30 of them can be stored inside. And then every box is same, so loading is same. So it is a kind of standardization of cargo handling, right? Cargo handling. If you Columbus Day, Mayflower is the ship name of Columbus, right? Yes, no. What is the name of the ship? That is for the America something. Yeah, no. Right. Northeastern part of right. United States. Right. Hmm? India? Santa Maria. No. Anyway, that at the time, can you remember how they loading cargo? Say the Columbus want to bring some precious things from the India, right? At the time is tea or some special ones. But can you remember how they loading and unloading the cargo to the ship? Wooden ship, big wooden ship. No container, no container. So it takes very long. As ship is growing size, because of the economy, that creates a big problem, loading and unloading, right? It takes more than months to loading and unloading because of the old way of crane loading of one piece by one piece, right? So that's why they create a new standardized way and semi-automation of cargo loading and unloading, and to reduce port time. Port time is important for the economy. All right, there's a big story behind. Anyway, this is a temp. So you see that this one is each sectional shape. At each section, some typical sections, right? And then you can see that storage of containers. Right? One more. If you say container ships usually traveling regular basis service towards the port, very similar to the train. They have a regular program of operation, right? Say Daejeon station, KTX is arriving about every 30 minutes or 20 minutes, right? At predefined time, right? And stops for 2 minutes to loading and unloading passengers. very similar. The container ships going to the Europe from Japan, they visit Busan, Shanghai, Singapore, Middle East, and then Italy, and Amsterdam, sometimes. Anyway, regular interval visit. And then if the ship visit Singapore, and there is some of the containers should be unloaded, and some new containers are loaded. There is a regular service, same as train or airplane. No, airplane usually 2 ports, right? Train goes several ports. But for the train is very good to them. Every passenger knows how to work out and work in, right? For the container, the crane should do. Somebody else should take out and take on. But if you think that some container which should be unloaded at the Singapore is located here, then how can you unload this one? The other one above them should be take out first. And then deep inside that one is the only one that should be unloaded. We call this is storage planning. Very complicated work, right? Because we know that which container, how many container is loaded, will be loaded and unloaded at the Singapore. But every port there is a plan, right? So we should have a good optimal way of storing, locating containers so that to minimize loading and unloading time and work. Yes.
The weight of the container is also important.
Right.
So
balancing.
they have to place them
right.
in a way that is
Right.
good.
Right. Yes. He's saying heavy containers are located only in the front part and light containers are in the back part. Then ship is trimmed. We call it trimming. Right? So it's not good. So even space, right? And also balance between right and left also important, right? And another one is stability. Stability means heavy down is good, better for stability. Because usually container ships are higher in stacking, more cargo, right? So it can be less stable because the center of gravity is going up, right? So heavy containers can be. Most important thing is empty containers. Many times, empty containers should be transported because there is an imbalance between, say, China produce most of the cargos, factories are there. So they are producing something and export to United States, Europe, and then return back containers, very small, to the China. They import raw material, manufacturing, and export, right? So that returning back containers should be, many of them are empty containers. Going out from the China is loaded containers. So that balance, the weight balance, should be is meaning. Good question. All right, that's enough for today. We will see more on next time. You have been to Eureka building, right? And in the center of the first floor, there is a ship. Actually, there is another ship, but you may not notice this. There is another ship is standing in this way. This is a normal position. It is coming from STX. STX, a shipbuilding company in Korea. 2,900 TU. And model, this is a model. The scale is 30, only 30 larger. So it's a full size. So you can imagine that this one is about 8 meters long. This is for real model test. We asked the model test people to allow me to give me to this, because they have for say every month they tested about 2 ships. Then for a year, 100 ships, models. Right? So it is too many for them. So give to me only one or two, so for the display. Right, this size. Not container ship, but only outer size. Principles. So primary function. What is the primary function of the ship? It depending on the ship. Navy ship, primary function is fighting. Right? Fishing boat, primary function is catching fish. Right? And then firefighting ships. Right? Container ship. Container ship is cargo ship. Cargo ship, very similar to truck, a bus, passenger car, sports car, what is it? Aircraft carrier, submarine. So primary function is different. And then primary function of the ship is the key for the harmonizing conflict among locational. So this building, you expect that. What is the primary function of this building? Teaching. Right? So classroom should be the most important, right? Comparing to other functions. You may see that there are some offices down first floor, fifth floor, but they are side. Right. Classroom is the most important in the middle, in the central position. So if there is a conflict, so primary function must govern the design, right? For fishing boat, start locating the fish catching and cargo ships and type of cargo handling, right? Container ship, we'll see that there is a roller ship, right? Roller ship. What is a roller ship? Roller ship? Roller ship. Roll on and roll off ship. The cargo is rolling. The car carrier, or train carrier, car carrier. When the Hyundai Motors Company export car to France, I don't know whether is it, well, anyway, Europe, they export new car on a car carrier. Car carrier is a specialized ship only carrying car. And then all the car is rolling on into the ship. The drivers are very skilled men. They need to parking, 1 second, one position, because it should carry 5,000 cars. So loading time is important. Specialized men. Okay, for the cargo handling, how the cargo moved on and off, through what openings, roller ships, and within the hull, where to the cargo position inside the ship. This is a mobile harbor. A1 type, carries 250 TU containers. It was a big project inside KAIST 10 years ago. But this is designed also together with STX, offshore shipbuilding. Arrangement drawing, general arrangement. You can see that this is a 2 hulls. We call it a twin hull SWAT ship, twin hull ship. And it carries, the special point is it carries a high container crane. container crane. So it says mobile harbor because it carries container crane. Question? Inside out. So interior arrangement is first, rather than outer shape is first. It is different for the yacht or passenger ship. Outer shape is more important. So then it can be outer designer has more priority than interior design. Sometimes inside the shipbuilding company, there is a design office, and there are for the lines drawing department, for the structural design department, general arrangement department, about say more than 50 engineers are there to develop these drawings. Right. They fight each other. Arrangement is more important than shape. No, hydrodynamic speed is more important than location. Right. No, structural strength, otherwise it can break. Right. There is a conflict. So which one has a priority? It's a conflict. Okay, and then component in service. We should consider what can be the in service means it is in the ship, in the ocean, on rough ocean. So what happens if the bad weather or rain falling? It's not so important for the big ships, but it is important for the yacht and also small passenger ships. And then rolling is so rolling is in this way. It is rolling, right? Pitching is in this way. Pitching. So wave is coming toward the ship, then ship is pitching in this way, right? It's coping with the waves, right? But if wave is coming in this way, then ship is rolling. And if rolling and pitching is big, then it is not good for person inside, passengers, also for the cargo. Say you see that this is a 200 meter, 300 meter long, and pitching angle is say 2 degree or 3 degree, and then it can be 150 meter and 2 degree, 3 degree. What can be the size of motion there at the front part, and then also the time, acceleration, time of pitching, right? Cycle of pitching, so that sometimes it break cargoes because of the acceleration and break with the water touching. Right? We call this is a slamming. You see this. So anyway, bad water in service, the component of the cargo or ship itself. So all right, this one. So for the Navy submarine designers, not nowadays, but still maybe. So first test case of submergence, say this submarine is designed for operating depths up to 300 meter. Right? I designed this, but the operator may be not sure whether this is okay up to 300 meter. So in old days, the designer should be on board for the test trip to the design depths together. Right? If something happens, you should take care of this danger. dry bulk cargo carrier. Bulk cargo. When you go to your grocery or shopping market, there is a grocery, and some of them are bulk material. Bulk material. Do you know what is bulk material means in your shopping? Peanuts, not canned one. Raw peanuts. Oh, grains, right? Rice. Many times we have a packing of rices, but sometimes there's a raw rice. And then how can you buy or sell? You measure, right? Measure in some special device, right? Or you measure by weight, right? So measure by boxes, it means a volume measure, and weight measure. One of them, right? Volume, so we call it a bulk material. So bulk cargo is very similar. No package. What kind of one is bulk cargo? Can you name this cargo type? Bulk cargo? For the ship? Carrying? What kind of bulk cargo they can carry? Example? The container is not bulk cargo, right? What else? Cargo? No? Yes? Wood. Wood is a little bit special. There is a special log carrier. Grain. Right? Grain. Coal. Right? Ore. Ore is coal. Very similar. Right? Also liquid. Liquid is a kind of bulk cargo. Oil. Right? But they are saying wet bulk. Dry bulk and wet bulk. So they measure by volume or weight. We call this is bulk cargo. Container is 1 unit, TU, 3 TU, right? Also car carrier, 1 car, 2 car, 3 car. Passenger, 1 person, 2 person, 3 person. That is not bulk. Bulk means measure by volume or measure by weight. It's a bulk. So this one says dry bulk cargo. And cargo hold is. This is our cargo hold. Right. All cargo up to here. So it's a main body of the ship. And the hatch cover means opening, right? Because it can be a grain, it can be a coal. At the loading, you need to open the hole, cargo hole, and then grain is coming, coal is coming through the conveyor belt, usually, right? Pouring down into the conveyor. Taking out is another problem, right? But you're saying it's a special, no, double bottom, used for fuel for the ship, right? And steering gear room. Right. This is steering for the rudder, and this is the engine. Machinery space engine is here, and 4-5 is accommodation and navigation. So pilot, the captain is located in 4. Right. This is a picture of dry bulk cargo. So this is the opening. So they open by sliding this into 2 parts in this way, so that there is a space there, and then opening there, then shooting and conveyor belt is going in. Clashing items. Clashing means conflicting items. Right? So noisy item from the cabin. Cabin is accommodation. And library is for the quiet from the disco bar. This is a passenger. Right? Cruise ship is very important. Cruise ship. Cruise ship is something like a hotel, luxury hotel, right? So major structure item into the layout, and pillar in the middle of the passageway. Right? Have you been to the cruise ship? Right. Have you seen the cruise ship in a film? Yes, yes. But there is a theater or big restaurant, right? Music hall, swimming pool, right? For the dance floor or something, right? But they want to have a big theater, open space. Pillar is not good, right? Same as here, right? We don't have pillar in the middle, right? Because we want to see everybody at once, right? But for the structural designers, this is not good. They want to have a pillar here in the center. That is more stable for structural designers. Right? Less concrete is needed if we allow center piece of pillar here. Otherwise, you need to has a bigger bending moment or something, or loading, so that can be loaded, spread out into the surrounding. Right. So it's a major structure, and also small clearance for repairs. Have you been to trying to repair your car sometimes, or at your home? Right. You need a, but at the home space is good, right? But in a engine room of the car is very compact. It's not good to have a driver wrench over there. Right? So you need a space. Ooh, too many times. Tanker, oil tanker. So there is no hatch, only there is a pipe. So it is different. Self-unloading collier is a collier means a core carrier. But this unloading is special device. He has own conveyor belt system. What is this? VLCC? VLCC means a very large crude oil carrier. Dead weight is 0.3 million ton. 0.3 million ton. Yeah, 0.3 million ton. Big one. Length is more than 300. Very large crude oil. Arctic shuttle tanker designed by Samsung Heavy. So it is for, where is it? Russia somewhere? Murmansk, Barandi. Self-propelling without support of icebreaker. Degree, minus 45 degree operating condition. Right. If something wrong, then ice is all surrounded to the ship, so the ship cannot move for months. Right. There is a problem. Temperature is going down suddenly, then frozen sea, ship cannot move. Right? So icebreaker is a special ship that can break and then make a way toward the ship. Right? And the shape of the ship is like this one, very inclined front part. So that ship is going above the ice. That they break the ice by weight of self-weight. Sliding over and going down. Sliding over and going down. Right? In this way. So there is a special shape of this in the front. But usually you need a special icebreaker there. But this is self. Oh, this is video. I will not skip. Okay. Any other questions? No. Then we move on to B.